When the clock strikes 6:30, babe, time to head for golden light. It's a good time for a great taste dinner at McDonald's.
Welcome back, schizophrenics. Today we're diving into the Epstein Files. You know, that big, sexy document dump that all you conspiracy nerds have been jerking off to for years. Spoiler alert, it's gonna be a massive Nothingburger. I'm here to ruin your day about it. I'm here to blackpill you. Nothing ever happens. It's so over. The files have fallen. Basically, you fell for it again. You got cucked. I've been watching a huge proportion of the right saying, like, oh my god, the Epstein Files are dropping. We're finally gonna see Bill Clinton balls deep in a 14-year-old while Hillary pegs him with a strap-on made from the Benghazi emails. Or, you know, something like, Trump's gonna be there, raw-dogging interns while snorting Adderall off a hooker's ass. Newsflash, dipshits, you're not getting any of that. Why? Because all of the good shit, you know, the Polaroids of Prince Andrew finger blasting a 9-year-old or whatever, got shredded to pieces faster than the Space Shuttle Columbia did on re-entry. I've been calling this since at least November of last year, and I've been hoping I'll be wrong, but I fear I'll be right. I'm sort of a clairvoyant, you know? Truly one of the great minds of our time. Point is, I suspect we aren't going to be getting anything good. There will be no smoking gun handed to us. There won't be anything juicy. Because, you see, here's the deal. Epstein didn't kill himself, and neither did the evidence he left behind. And, you know, the files in question. Not the pedophiles in question, but the files in question. Note the difference. Anyway, they were both erased by the same people. The Epstein Files died with Epstein. Poof! Gone, like a tranny's dick after surgery. You think the elite pedo cabal was just gonna leave a smoking gun lying around? Oh, whoopsie! Forgot to delete the 4K footage of me skull-fucking a runaway while Soros counts the cash. No, that shit's been torched, bleached, and buried deeper than the rotting bodies of hookers in my backyard. The rest of the Epstein File drops are going to be just as empty. They'll be even emptier than Biden's skull was on debate night. What are we gonna get? Some blurry PDF with 500 pages of blacked out lines and like one email where Epstein talks about finance or something unrelated to the pedo stuff with some billionaire? Basically fabricated evidence that leads to nowhere because it's meant to lead to nowhere. And then the internet's gonna lose its shit anyway because we're all schizos and are desperate for some information that we're realistically never gonna get. Seriously, the DOJ finally puked up the first batch of Epstein Files on February 27th, 2025, and it's been a steaming pile of nothing. Pilot logs with half the numbers blacked out, some redacted phone numbers we've already seen on X a million times, and zero bombshells. No pics of Bill Gates getting a handy from a tween, no receipts of Obama jerking it to Lolly, nada. It's like they gave us a treasure map, with the treasure already dug up. It's just enough to know that there used to be something there, but it's totally useless. Look, I get it. You want the big reveal. You want some Hollywood ending bullshit where the files drop and suddenly every politician's in cuffs, crying like pussies while Alex Jones storms the Capitol with a megaphone screaming, I told you, faggots! It ain't happening. These slimy cunts have had decades to cover their tracks. They're pros at this. Epstein was basically the MVP of blackmail, and you think they didn't have a contingency plan? Please. The only smoking gun left is one found near Epstein's cell, and that has long since served its purpose. Point is, you poor naive bastards, don't get your hopes up. I'm basically an oracle, able to predict the future perfectly. Call me Nostradamus, and I'm telling you, this is gonna be a dud. All the juicy stuff, destroyed, shredded, burned in a Langley basement by some CIA intern who's actually probably a pretty cool guy and felt bad about it, but got through it by listening to some Nickelback during the whole thing. What's left is just crumbs, some faggy memos, and a couple of deposition transcripts where everyone's like, I don't recall 900 times. Riveting stuff. I'd rather watch paint dry or watch Ilhan Omar try to explain why marrying her brother isn't weird. I hope I'm wrong, though. I'd love to see some bombshell that makes the internet explode. Something concrete and undeniably major, like Hillary's server but with less finance emails and more. 2. Podesta. Subject. Bring the lube and a toddler. But let's be real, my psychic powers are never wrong. So yeah, temper your expectations, gang. The Epstein Files are going to be about as exciting as Joe Biden's speech. It'll be long, boring, and you'll forget what the hell it was about 5 minutes in. Also, if we're being realistic, even if there was a smoking gun, which there won't be, it won't bother the normies. Half the country's too busy choking down Soylent and consuming YouTube shorts to care. Oh no, Prince Andrew's diddled kids? That's problematic. Yeah, no shit, Shanae, but you're still gonna vote for some pedo enablers because they promised you an increase in food stamps or whatever. Remember the Panama Papers? The giant leak about how all the elitist assholes hides their money in shady tax havens? It was a gold mine. Names, dates, dollar amounts. And what did the normies do? Yawned, tweeted a little bit about it, and then went back to buying Funko Pops and whatever. Same deal here. Even if we got something, the public would just shrug off and keep scrolling. America is apathetic to its own death, basically. The fact of the matter is, the bad guys won. It's sad, and I don't know how else to say it. It sucks, but it's true. There will be no grand justice. There will be no reprisals. That's not how it works, unfortunately. We will see no swift justice. Instead, the people involved will slowly lose their influence over the next several decades as they lose all their dirt on people. Epstein was their golden goose, shitting out blackmail like clockwork. With him dead, their leverage is gone. No more dirt to keep senators in line, no more videos to make CEOs sweat. They'll be left with nothing but tens of millions of dollars. If that's any consolation, that still won't be enough for them, because they'll be dwelling on the days when they really did control everything, when they had dirt on everyone. At the very least, that has come to an end. The bad guys won, but it was a Pyrrhic victory. It's like winning a fistfight by breaking your own hand. Congrats, dipshit, now you're crippled. Alright, that's it for today, Chud Gang. Smash that like button if you think I'm right, subscribe if you weren't on the flight list, and comment some video ideas because I'm legitimately always looking for inspiration. Peace out, stay based, and don't trust the feds, or anyone else, really. Later, bye-bye. By the way, Little St. James is evidence that there can be a successful anarcho-capitalist community.
Woke up to the news, thought the truth would drop. Had a dream of justice, hoping we'd pop off. Files on the net, but it's all blacked out. Redacted to hell, man, what's that about? They promised us gold, but we got breadcrumbs. Elite pedophile still far from the slums. No smoking gun, just a blurry cock tease. Another cold case left to hang in the breeze. Shredded in the basement, torched by the feds. Epstein's ghost laughing from his jailhouse bed. We're screaming at the waves, but the tide don't care. It's so fucking over, I'm pulling my hair. Nothingburger Beach, they're telling us lies. Served a Nothingburger with a side of fries. Nothing ever happens to important guys. Post another jack while the evidence dies. Whoa, oh, oh. It's so over, bro. Whoa, oh, oh. Let the tears flow. Nothingburger Beach, I'm sitting in the sand, raging at the void with a beer in my hand. Clinton sipping wine, Soros off the hook, and the normies don't mind. They scroll through the shorts, don't give a damn. Anticipated apathy's a part of the plan. We wanted the dirt to see the sex real, but all we got some memo about some finance deals. The bad guys won and they're after us next. Blackmail's gone, but they're still writing checks. Burned by the CIA, bleached to the core. Evidence drowned on a Caribbean shore. I'm yelling at the moon, yelling at the sun, knowing I'll be staring down the barrel of a gun. Another jack while the evidence dies. Whoa, oh, oh. It's so over, bro. Whoa, oh, oh. Let the tears flow. Nothingburger Beach, I'm sitting in the sand, raging at the void with the beer in my hand. Screaming Epstein didn't kill himself to passerby, but the normies just shrug, keep walking on by. I'm a schizophrenic man on the bloody East Coast, raising middle fingers to the pedophile ghost. Justice ain't coming, it's a washed up dream, so crank the distortion, let me blow off some steam. Nothingburger Beach, they're telling us lies. Served a Nothingburger with a side of fries. Nothing ever happens to important guys. Post another jack while the evidence dies. Whoa, oh, oh. It's so over, bro. Whoa, oh, oh. Let the tears flow. Nothingburger Beach, I'm sitting in the sand, raging at the void with a beer in my hand. Nothingburger Beach, they're telling us lies. Served a Nothingburger with a side of fries. Nothing ever happens to important guys. Post another jack while the evidence dies. Whoa, oh, oh. It's so over, bro. Whoa, oh, oh. Let the tears flow. Nothingburger Beach, I'm sitting in the sand, raging at the void with a beer in my hand.